This is Michael with PhoneJunkie.org. I am bringing you the new Nokia Lumia 920. This is Nokia's newest flagship device. It's definitely a major upgrade from the Nokia Lumia 900. It's running Windows Mobile 8, which is the newest Windows Mobile operating system. And let's go ahead and check this device out. Alright, I currently have the yellow device. You can also get it in red, white, blue, or black. I prefer the black as it has a matte finish on it. It feels really nice in the hands. This device actually seems a little big to some of the people, but it actually feels really good in the hands. It is 10.7 millimeters thick. It weighs in at 185 grams, which is roughly about 6.53 ounces. You get a 4.5 inch IPS Pure Motion HD Plus clear black display. And that's one of the first things you're going to notice about this device is a screen when you first turn it on. It just pops out at you. Feels like it's painted on the glass. It's 768 by 1280 pixels, 332 pixels per inch, which is actually higher than the Retina display on the iPhone 5. It has a Gorilla Glass 2. Now, powering this bad boy is a Qualcomm Snapdragon dual-core 1.5 gigahertz processor. You get 32 gigabytes of onboard storage, 1 gigabyte of RAM. This is a Bluetooth 3.0, doesn't have 4.0, but they are giving you 7 gigabytes of free SkyDrive storage. It has a 2000 milliamp battery, and this is an LTE device. With the screen, everything looks good, colors look good, blacks look black, everything looks fluid. I mean, you get a nice display no matter if you're outside, direct sunlight, inside, watching movies, whatever the situation may be, you're always getting a good display. Pictures are coming out nice. You cannot go wrong with this screen. Now, one good thing with the Windows 8 devices is how you can move around the live tiles here. So you can actually resize them, move them however you like, set this up however you want. There's no wrong way. You can change the size, make them bigger, and you actually get live tiles here, so it actually updates you and lets you know what's going on. So as you can see, it's showing my Facebook pictures here in the People app and updating photos I've taken and so forth. Now, Windows Mobile operating system, or Windows 8, is very responsive. I haven't had no problems, no lags whatsoever. This is definitely an upgrade from the Nokia Lumia 900. As you can see, scrolling here is good. Email works very well. I actually like the look of Windows Mobile a lot better. Internet browsing as well was very good. I did have a couple of problems though with some full websites, rendering the pages up, things like that, but never anything too bad. The LTE connectivity, whenever I did have it, it was a strong connection, but here out in the part of Kansas I'm at, AT&T currently does not have it. So that's a little bit of a downside to me, but their HSPA Plus is still pretty fast here, so I'm not too cranky on it. Pinch to zoom works, goes in really good. Here we have the New York Times, as you see, pulled up everything pretty quickly, not having no problems whatsoever. So here on the screen, they have it, even if you have something over your hands, it still works. So let's say I have the gloves on, you could still use it. But with that feature, let's say I was wiping down the screen or whatever the case may be, I did get a lot more accidental pushes. You can turn that off in the settings though if you wish, or you could have it where, just stay on. Some people prefer it. For me, I do not prefer that. With the Nokia Lumia 920, Nokia has included their own little books of apps here. So you have Nokia City Lens, Nokia Drive Beta, Nokia Maps, Nokia Music, Nokia Transit, and these are all free, and these are all a very good value to the phone. Now I am going to let you know Nokia Maps is nowhere near at the point of Google Maps. We all know Google has invested a lot of money in their maps, but it's still very good, as well as Nokia Drive. And then Nokia City Lens, it actually works pretty good. The only thing I would say is it still needs a little bit of work, but for the most part, it lets you know what's nearby, what's around here. And I do get this a lot, and it's only on this app. It wants you to calibrate it. I would recommend just using the Nokia Maps instead of going into this. Now, the nearby did work pretty good. I don't know how fun it would be to sit there with the camera looking at the place just to find out what it is. If you were wanting to do that, I would just use Nokia Maps to find out whatever is around you. But hey, some people might like it, and I do believe this is a cool feature for Nokia to include. But really what it does is just pinpoint your location, and whatever direction your phone is facing, it tells you what's around there. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about the camera. You get an 8.7 Carl Zeiss camera. It did take beautiful photos. It's using the PureView technology, which was introduced a little bit earlier on. So with the camera, all you do is just hold it down, and then you push down all the way. So it's like a two-stage clicking. You push it down to focus, and then you finish it off. And as you can see, it takes a beautiful picture there. And here's a few other pictures that I have taken. This was at night there. It takes beautiful pictures in the evening time or at night. Now, when comparing this camera to the iPhone 5, I would have to say that it can hold up to it. The iPhone 5 did capture some pictures a little bit better, but then the Nokia captured some of the low light pictures a little bit better. So it all comes down to the circumstances. The iPhone 5 has its downside, as well as the Nokia Lumia's camera. The Nokia Lumia's camera recorded HD very well, clear, crisp video, but the iPhone 5 seemed to capture more detail. Now, the Nokia Lumia does have a front-facing camera, and it is capable of doing video recording at 720p high definition. Now, it did record pretty well. I would compare it almost to the iPhone 5's front-facing camera, and it got the job done, but nothing spectacular. Now, one downside to the Windows Mobile is the App Store. So now, when everybody buys a smartphone, the first thing they do is go to the App Store and download all their favorite apps. This is one problem that Microsoft has, is with their App Store. They are nowhere near iOS or Android. And some of their major apps are still a little downfall and seem like they could do a little bit better. This is definitely a place where Microsoft can spend a little bit more money and invest in some developers, or give the developers an incentive to develop more apps for the Windows mobile platform. Now, playing games on the Nokia Lumia is pretty nice, especially with the screen size, but it still feels a little pixelated and almost like Game Boy level playing. It does make it a little confusing when you go to look for the apps after you download them. If you go to where all your apps are, that's not where you find them. You'll have to go to Games. Then you go in here, and this will let you know that this is where all your games are. It almost feels like you're on the Xbox. And you can see that was totally by accident. But hey, we'll keep that between us. Now, phone calls on the Lumia 920 were definitely clear. And this is really a good feature about this device, is the phone calls actually found really clear, handled it really well. And Nokia has always been in the smartphone, well, not smartphone, but always been in the mobile phone business for a while now. So they do have a little bit of an edge there. Speakers sounded really nice. And we're starting to see with smartphones that they're upgrading the speakers a lot. Now, the phone's battery lasted me all day. As you can see here, it is about 7:30 in the evening. I took it off the charger this morning about 6:30, 7ish a.m. and I still have a little bit of battery. So it lasted me all the way through the workday, responding to emails, text messages, a few phone calls, and maybe a little bit of gaming. Today is Sunday, so I was checking the NFL scores a lot. Alright, so my final thoughts on the Nokia Lumia 920 is it's definitely a nice device. Once people see it, first thing they do is say, hey, what phone is that? And they get it, and they put it in their hands, and it feels really nice in the hands. It is a little bit heavy, but you do have a nice feel to it. Now, this is definitely a device I can use as my daily driver. It gets the job done. The battery's good. The camera's wonderful. The only thing is, they need to update the App Store. Well, let me know what you guys think of this device. Is this the device for you? What devices are you looking at? If you are a Windows Mobile fan, do you prefer this one or the new HTC 8X? So just drop us a comment, let us know. Again, thank you AT&T for the device for the review, and you all have a good day.